welcome everybody. All right, so we're just going to start sitting and change to your opposite cross. Sit in any way that's comfortable if you're going cross-legged. And then we'll just turn the palms up. And we'll start the way we did the other day. So I'm actually going to sink. Just let yourself get really small. I saw a lot of people sitting yesterday. And then as you breathe in, just lengthen yourself, even lift the shoulders up. And then roll them back and keep the length, just let the shoulders drop. You can draw your hands maybe towards the center of your thighs so the elbows bend a little bit. And then just feeling this length as you inhale, and on the exhale, whenever you're ready, eyes close, chin drop slightly, jaw drop. And just start to feel, as you soften the chin, the eyes, maybe you can feel that whole softness just travel down through your body into your sit bones and into your legs. Let the lower jaw drop. And then with your eyes closed, just sensing into your seat and sensing the ears over the shoulders. Ears over the shoulders. And chin still dropping down a little bit. Good. We'll just settle into your breath and your seat. Make any little corrections you need to make. Feel where your tongue is resting. And you might notice the tip of your tongue just resting behind the top front teeth or just at the hard palate there. And then just staying in this seat, and take your tongue and just trace along the roof of your mouth till you hit the soft palate and press the tongue up. And just feel yourself lift up from there. And then you can let the tongue relax. Or do that again if you like. And so that connection of soft palate to pineal gland to crown of head. Just take one more breath as you are, full breath in, maybe sigh it out. And on your next inhalation, bringing your hands together at your heart space. And as you exhale, bowing your chin with great reverence for yourself, your capital S self, for your practice and your presence. And just before we move on from this, even setting an intention. It could be the first two words, I am, and it could be just that. But you could add a third word. I am here. I am calm. I am powerful. Here's one that just came to my head. I got this. So just choosing a mantra for yourself. An intention. And then taking a nice big inhale, lifting the chin, and exhale this breath completely. And we'll chant Om together 3 times. Inhale. Bowing your chin, releasing your hands to your thighs, lift your chin and open your eyes. Okay, so we're going to start with the blanket roll under the shoulders as we've been doing to just open up the lungs. You know, the lungs of the earth are screaming and begging for attention. And so that reflects in our body. So we'll start with this little sausage roll. And the other day, you know, I think like a week ago or whatever, we did it with 2. So if you prefer that, that's roll 2. I'm just going to stay with 1. You need something for under your head or under your tush, you put it there. And then we'll start with the shoulders on top, head lifted, lift your tush, roll over. And then if it's okay for your arms to open, they need to rest on the blanket. That's fine. Okay. And just make any adjustments you need to kind of snuggle in. So taking your time. And you can straighten your legs if you like, or keep them bent. All good. Okay, and then just staying with this settling in that we've opened our practice with, feeling that you're just melting over this blanket roll in the back of the head or whatever part of your head is touching the floor. Just be very heavy. Feeling your bottom ribs descending. And we're just going to stay like this for a few more breaths. I'm going to take my arms over the head. So if that works for you, go there. Open your hands, stretch your fingers. And then just starting to deepen the breath into, you know, the lung space. So the front, the back of the lungs, upper chest, the sides of the lungs, sides of the chest. And if you don't feel any movement there, just imagining you're increasing your breath capacity here in some way. Good. We'll take one more breath. Okay, so I still have my legs bent, whatever works for you. I'm going to bring the hands and interlace them. I'm going to opposite interlace behind the back of the head. And then let the elbows drop out. So if this is not happy for your shoulders, you make it whatever you need. I'm using the hands to just support more of the upper, like where you have that, the ridge of your back of your skull, just a little bit above it. So the chin is just dropping down. And then let the shoulders drop. You know, here's where you might notice discomfort between one and the other. Just be with that if you can. We'll take 2 more breaths. Notice if your feet are taking any tension. Can you soften your feet? Good. Okay, we're going to lift the head up. So I'll bring the elbows up to the ceiling and use the hands to lift the chin to the chest like we did the other day. And I'll just hang out here for a few breaths. Let the back of your head be heavy into your hands, shoulders soft, low belly soft. And then I'm just also just using the hands to just bring the chin a little closer to the chest and then soften into that. So the head is soft, jaw soft, shoulders soft. You know, mid belly soft, just melting into this bit of a cat shape. And then we'll use the hands to just turn the head. So you just roll the hands over to one side and the other. So they stay in connection. They're not coming apart. You're just moving your head a little bit side to side. Jaw soft. Okay, then we'll bring the head to center. And just keeping your head as it is, we're going to release the hands and just reach towards your thighs. So you're not doing anything else. Just reaching here and holding the chin. A little bit of extra pressure into the blankets just happening. Okay, I'm going to bring the head down and the arms over my head again. So if you need to use the hands to help the head, do that. Just release yourself back down into this lying down over this blanket roll. Just take 3 more breaths here. Nice big breaths. Good. Okay. And then we're going to come up, and I'm going to do that again just by taking the hands, reaching towards the thighs and lifting the head and rolling up. And if that doesn't work, you just roll to the side, come up, and then we'll turn the blanket roll for the long way. I'm just going to re-roll a little bit. And then go the long way. So put the seam side towards my hips and the open side away. And we'll do the same thing. So go right in. And then I'll grab this little bit and just tuck it under. Okay, so here's where things get wobbly. You might open your feet a little wider, arms out to the side if that's possible. And we'll just drop in here for a few breaths. These two little things that we do with the blanket roll are great things to have in your toolbox. On days where you feel like you just need a grounding or just an opening, but a restful way of doing that. It can really shift a lot in your back and what you're holding. Good. Okay. So from here, I'll just turn the palms to face down, and that's just for balance. I'm going to come to windshield wiper. So I'm going to separate my feet a little wider apart, and then just starting to go with your gentle windshield wiper action here. And just going as much as feels good or as much as you need. Just do this a few times just to open the hips, low back, and to also roll ourselves over this blanket roll in a really, hopefully nice, supported way. Yes. Great. Okay, so I'm going to give you options here. You can continue with this. You could drop your knees to one side and just hang out for a few breaths if that's where you want to go. I'm going to bring my knees up and bring my knees into the chest and hold them. So that might be too much, might be too much for your back, you see. But if you're okay here, I'm going to interlace the fingers just above the shins, the knees, flex the feet a little bit, and then drop the shoulders. Drop into this blanket as much as I can. Nice, beautiful breathing. Good. So let's just take 2 more breaths, whatever place you're in. And then after those 2 breaths, we'll all just bring our feet back to the floor, knees up. I'm going to take my hands down, just rest them on the belly or rib cage area. And just settle in for 2 more breaths. Good. Okay, and then I'm going to come up again to sitting. You can roll to the side or use your hands behind the head, or just lift your head and bring yourself up. And then we'll just take that blanket roll out, set it to the side. Let's come back down just to feel what you've done immediately. Just to feel the grounding, that things have kind of started to open. Good. Okay, we're going to go straight to thread the needle. So the knees are bent. You heel toe your feet to center a little bit. And then we'll cross left ankle over right knee. Okay, so adjust your foot the right foot wherever you need. And let's start just by bringing the left knee into your chest and out. So I'm not using my hands. We'll just rock this knee in and out a few times. And just focusing on maybe when you get that pressing away and bringing it in. Good. Let's just do that 2 more times. Okay, I did say thread the needle, but before we do that, let's go for the piriformis stretch. So you're here. I'm going to drop this whole package over to the right side, and you have your blanket roll if you need to slide it underneath your foot or underneath your knee, and do that. Okay, now I'll take the right hand. I'm just going to find this left ankle or shin, just hold it. I'll take just muscular effort, push the left knee away a little bit. And then maybe the head turns to the right. And now you use all those powers of dropping in that we have opened with to release yourself into this shape. So there is effort, there is discomfort, there is something happening, and just smile and breathe. You can start to deepen your breath. Notice any tension in the shoulders, even into your feet. And let's just take one more breath. Good. And then I'll release the right hand. Inhale, bring this package back up. And if you need a moment just to rock side to side, to just release that, go for that a few times. And now we'll go to thread the needle. So whenever you're ready, right thigh comes in and we'll interlace the fingers behind the thigh or on top of the shin. I'm just going to tuck my chin. If your head's popping up though, throw that blanket underneath your head. Good. Okay. And then find movement. So rocking side to side, maybe slowly. Be aware of your breath. Good. We'll just take one more moment here. Okay, I'm going to bring the hands back behind the thigh and straighten the right leg. It doesn't have to go straight, right? It can stay bent, but if it's straight, I'm going to roll that ankle a few times, the right ankle, as I look at it, and then reverse this direction. Yeah, and then just point and flex your foot a few times. Good. Okay, then I'll bring the foot into flexion with the hands in the center of the thigh. I'm just going to press the thigh away, press the left knee away, and just be here. You know, the shoulders are going to kind of lift up, shrug up. See if you can drop them. You can take the bottom ribs in so you feel like, oh, I'm right pressed against the floor as much as you can here. And take one more breath. Okay, and then we're going to soften. I'm going to bend the right knee a little bit, take the hands out. If you can reach the hands over and just grab on top here, I'm just going to invite this leg to come in the best way that works for you. At the same time as I'm drawing this leg in, I am resisting a little bit. Okay, feel if you're overly clenching your glutes. You might need to clench. Sometimes we need to do that. Let's feel, oh, can I release a little bit here? Take one more breath. And if it's in there, to lift the head and chest up and really get so compact here. Breathe, elbows come in. One more breath. Well, I think we're going to go to a little baby cradle. So as I release the hands, I'm going to find the left leg. So the left hand around the knee, right hand on the sole of the foot or the ankle, and lower this right leg down to the floor. Maybe it stays bent. Maybe it goes straight. You decide. And then rock this leg baby side to side. So however you're holding it, you know, if it's very far away, you're still doing it. It doesn't need to come right into the chest, you know. Whatever lifetime that happens is when it happens. Great. Okay, well, here's the next one. So I'm just going to bring this into center. Then I'll take the left hand, hold on to the left shin, bring the right hand to the baby toe edge, if it's possible. I'm going to find this right hip crease. So I put the baby toe edge of the left foot into the right hip crease, and I'm starting to descend this left knee down. So, you know, whatever it is, you know, what's nice about this here, if you can get that foot into the hip crease, it's like a little bit of a massage or pressure down. Wherever you are here, okay, if you can anchor, look, I'm going to take my hand away. I'm really pressing down. I flex the left foot, drawing the belly in. I'm going to take a moment. You can hold the foot, let go. If it's too much for your knee, do less. All right, and then to come out, I bring the left knee back up. I'm going to bring the left knee into my chest. Opposite, interlace your fingers. Just hug this knee in for a moment. All right, so I have the right leg extended, left knee in. I'm gonna rock and roll front to back till I come up to sitting. So push the knee away, tuck your chin. Oh, come on, yeah, or do it a few times. I'm going really slow, whatever works. If it doesn't work, doesn't matter. Just come up to sitting, and then that we're all here. I'm just gonna turn to face you. So here we are. If you need to sit on something, sit. I'm gonna have this foot away a little bit. So, and then I'll lift the chest, take the hands behind, lift. Okay, left foot is anchored, right heel is anchored. We're gonna come to twist, so we'll keep the right hand behind. Take the left arm and reach it up, and then just find this lift. Oh, something so good up there. Reach, reach, reach. Okay, here's where you feel the left leg maybe needs to walk out, maybe it needs to come in, and then elbow here. Okay, here I feel my left sit bone's lifting. That might just be happening. See if you can kind of drop it down a little bit if it's there. Then just turn your head. Okay, and then you just, maybe the hand goes deeper, but it's really about this anchoring of the elbow and the knee. Okay, breathe and smile. Okay, take your bottom ribs back. I haven't been in a live in-person class. None of us have for a very long time. Yesterday we did. And it's such a nice, our practice, you guys, your practice is beautiful, honestly. But I could see all these things, and I was like, bottom ribs in, so we just want to flare out. And one more breath. Good. All right, we're going to release. Keep everything as it is, just take the hands there. Now we're going to go the opposite way. Yeah, so we'll keep the left hand on the floor. I'm going to take the right arm. I start with the reach, so we can get nice and long here. Okay, take a moment. And then as you inhale, reach up. Okay, we're going to turn. Maybe the hand grabs the knee first. And I resist. The knee is pushing into the hand. Turn, turn, turn. Okay, you can go deeper. If you want to take it to the outside, go for it. I feel my left foot is deeply anchored. Right heel. Okay, here's an interesting thing. Leaning back might be like, exactly what you need. You take the hand back, you lean back, maybe you can twist a little deeper here. Right through the belly. Left fingers are spread, hand is anchored. Good. Take one more breath. Good. Okay, let's release. And just come back to your sitting. I've just turned around. All fine. All right. Well, we're just going to go for this. So I'm going to keep the right hand down, take the left arm up, reach up. Okay, and now maybe the left foot wants to walk out. You're going to feel for yourself. You're just going to reach to the inside. You're going to keep reaching. Now I turn this left hand down. It's in front. I'm going to wrap it. You might just hold here, maybe here. I know I didn't say grab a strap, but if you can hold hands, that's where it goes. And then I just look down at the right foot, at the right knee maybe. Okay, wherever you are here, the work is happening. Let's take 2 more breaths. Good. And then release out of this. Just bring your hands back behind you. I'm going to do a little lift. So I take the hands back, open your chest, feel yourself. Doo-doo! Maybe it's a lift. Okay, maybe the right leg comes up, across it over. Yeah, we haven't done this for so long. Lindsay yesterday was telling me she's doing all the old classes. And I know last summer, I think I did this quite a bit. All right, now I'm going to set the tush down, and I kind of bring it right close to the left foot if it's possible. And just lift yourself up here. Good. One more breath. Good. I feel I'm going to forget second side if I do too much. So let's release that. Extend that leg. I'm going to come back down the way I came in. So we grab this. We did opposite interlace on the left side. Lift yourself up. Then you tuck back. This bottom ribs, chin in. I resist with the knee. So slowly come down. Take a breath. Okay, this is what we did last time. I'm going to keep that knee in as much as I can. Take the arms over your head. And then just find, the grounding here through the feet, through the bottom ribs, through the connection to the floor. One more breath. And then we'll just extend this leg, come to your pseudo rest here, however you want to do that. The arms can come down. Let's just take 3 breaths with a do nothing. Okay, good. So from here, stay as you are. Lift your toes up to the sky, heels on the floor. Feel which leg you want to bend first and bend the opposite one. We'll take both feet to the floor. Let's just take a little windshield wiper, just choo, 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 just to kind of shake that all out. And then, okay, so we're going to start with ankle over knee. If you use your blanket on the other side, move it over. And then we'll cross this right ankle over the left knee. And we're just going to start with this waving of the knee in and out. So just take your time and just feel that action. Really, it's about the pressing out. Good. Okay, one more. Okay, so now we're going to drop this package over to the left. I'm going to open my arms out to the side. Release over to the left. Prop up as you need. And then the left hand finds the right ankle or shin or anything there. I'm going to turn my head a little bit to the right. And then it's about the dropping in. It's really about the release here. This could be very intense for you. I'm not saying it's not intense for me either. But then it's about the dropping. What can I let go of here? A metaphor for life. What can I let go of? We're in this new moon energy, and that's really what new moons are about. Releasing. Good. All right, one more big breath in. Breathe out. And then come back up. Adjust as you need. And then we'll move to thread the needle. So left thigh in, hands, regular interlace, habitual interlace behind the thigh or on top of the shin. Little flexion in the feet, and then just finding a little bit of movement side to side, or you might need front to back. You might need to just be still. This is the great thing about, getting on your mat. It's an honoring of all that is. There's nowhere to hide. There's nowhere to hide. Good. All right, let's just take a few more breaths. Just releasing anything you're feeling as best as you can. Even just noticing, I'm clenching my glutes. Can I let go of that a little bit? Good. Okay, we're going to straighten the left leg up. So I'll just take the hands behind the thigh if they're not there. And again, it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. We're just going to start with rolling this ankle a few times. Good. And then the opposite way. And then we'll point and flex this foot. Just honoring all this movement of your foot, the articulations of the foot. Then bringing your foot into flexion, pressing through the heel. I'm going to take the hands. I'm going to keep them behind the thigh for a moment and press the thigh into the hands. Open this right knee. Yeah, so we'll just start here, just pushing away. So your hands are in the center of your thigh, pressing the knee away as much as you can. All right, now we'll bring it in. I'll take the hands up and over top and just draw it in as best as you can. Wherever you are is where you are. And next thing I'm going to do is lift the head and chest up and just see if I make it even more small, more compact. Life is about tight situations, And if we can learn to be calm in them, it's a great gift. Good. All right, we'll release the head down. If you've lifted, take the hands, find your little leg baby. So right hand to right knee, left hand around the sole of the foot or on the ankle. Lower your left leg down, and it can be bent. It can stay on the floor or straight out. And then rock this little leg baby side to side, wherever you are here. However this is, it's about the hip. Good. Okay, well, here's the next one. It is a version of pigeon in a tree. So I take the right hand, I hold the top of the right shin. The left hand finds the baby toe edge of the foot, and I bring that into the hip crease as best as possible. And then I hold the top of the foot with the left hand as I drop this right knee down. Okay, and then we find the anchoring. If you can keep it, take the hands off. Groovy. If not, it's okay. You know, no awards, no medals. If it bothers your knee, do less. One more breath. Okay, release by lifting this right knee back up. We're going to find your habitual interlace. Just bring this knee in. Just going to hold it in here for a few moments. If you want to move it side to side, in and out. We're coming up to sitting. Press this chin away, arms straight, lift the head. Maybe slow, maybe fast. Oh, maybe I do it twice because it's so nice. And then, yeah, you just take your time. That's what it is, do the work. That's all we can do. Without being attached to the outcome, just do the work. Might be a good time to just bring in your intention and your mantra. Even I got this. All right, so we start with the open version of the twist. So the left hand stays on the floor. I take the right arm and reach up. And then turn and bring that elbow to the inside. Feel free to walk that foot out if you need to. And turn to the left. It's about the anchoring. I'm not letting this knee come in. I'm keeping it out. And then the twist comes after that. Just breathing here. Okay, notice for yourself if that right sit bone is lifting. You can try your best to find balance. If you need to put a blanket underneath, do that. Yes, and we'll take one more moment. Good. All right, release from this. We'll just take the hands behind again. I'm going to walk this right foot in. It's still like about a foot distance away from the left leg. And then we'll keep the right hand down. Reach the left arm up. Reach, reach, reach. Yeah, and then I start the twist here. I'm going to start by just holding the knee. Walk the right hand. Here's where you might want to lean back. And you just see. Or you go for the outside of the elbow if that's there. And we just turn. It's really about the anchoring of elbow and leg, arm and leg. Find your smile. Feel this twist coming from the lower abdomen. No, mid-abdomen. That's the difference. Just turning from the belly button, let's say that. Good. Inhale. And exhale and release, and we'll just come back up. And we're going to go for that little wrap thing. So you could grab your strap or just, be with wherever you are. Okay, so again, you might walk this foot out or walk it in. Left hand stays on the floor. I reach the right arm up. The lift. And then start to reach inside. You're, I need some room for my body. I just take that out. You can even drop the knee out, bring it back, turn the hand. Yeah, And then you hold on back, thigh, or we take the hands behind. And then start to, maybe, it is a forward fold. This pose is called Mediation. I think it's version 3. And Mediation is the pose of the sages. Okay, one more breath. Good. And then we'll release from this however you want to come out. Just pause for a moment. Good. Okay, then we're just going to grab hold of this. We're coming back down. I'm going to move my blanket. Good. So you lift up, take the knee in, take it back, and then press that shin away. There's your counterbalance. And we'll end up back on our back here. And then we'll just find this pseudo rest. So you can let the legs come out, arms out. Good. Nice. All right, take one more breath. And then we'll bring both knees into the chest. Just hug them in for a few moments. Maybe opposite interlace your fingers or grab hold of your opposite elbows. Get super tiny. Great. Okay, I'm going to rock and roll to come up to sitting. And I'm going to do it probably 5 or 6 times. So you do whatever works. 1 time, 10 times, or no times. All fine. Just massaging your low back or your whole spine. And then we'll come up to sitting. Good. Just take a few moments. All right. Good. Okay, I'm going to bring the soles of the feet together into Baddha Konasana. So sit on a blanket if you need to. I'm just going to take a little foot massage. Yes. Good. Just rub your feet for a moment here. Yeah. Okay. And then we'll just transfer this up. A little massaging for the inner thighs and the inner shins. It's good work. Good. Okay. All right. And then from here, after you've given yourself some love, I'm going to take the hands down. I'm going to put the feet down a little so they're nice and wide apart here. Okay. And then you find your lift. If you need to bring the feet forward, you make it less. Okay, and then we'll just come to this windshield wiper for a few moments. Good. And then bringing the feet back to the floor. So you're in this it is like a squat position. Okay, take one more breath. Good, now I'm gonna lift. Oh, I didn't do the lift on the, okay, we need a pause. Bring your feet together. Take the left knee over your right. Yeah. Joe, I said if I do too much, I'm going to forget. So you put that right foot wherever you need. And we stay here. So I'm going to bring it right in. Sit up nice and tall if that's there. And then we're going to lift the hips up. So open the chest, lift your hips, rock your hips. Good. Press your hands into, pushing the hands into the floor. Opening the shoulders. Yes. All right. Good. And then set your hips down. That would have kept me up at night. And then release, come back to this wide-legged. Now I'm going to lift the hips up again. Do my little walk around until you're here. Maybe it's here. And then adjust your feet, if it's too wide or not wide enough. And we're just going to roll over your feet a few times. Make this almost like a cat-cow. Your ankles. Oh, this is one of those things about your ankles, your hips, your feet. Everything here working. All right. Okay, friends. So we're going to go to downward facing dog, just so you know. And we'll spread the fingers. I'm actually going to jump my feet back. If that's there for you, go for it. If it's not, just walk your feet back. Find your downward facing dog. It's pressing through the heels of your hands. So that's the base of the palms and the side that goes up to the baby finger. Push that down. And then anchor the pads of your fingers if you can. Lengthen through your arms. Press back. Take the thighs back. And then anchor the heels towards the floor, whether they touch or not. Take those bottom ribs in. One more breath. Good. Okay. All right, so from here, actually, I'll just have you all come down onto your knees for a moment. And here's what we're gonna do. So you can just watch from your knees. I'm gonna keep the hands where they are. I'm gonna come back to my dog. I'm gonna lift the knees, lift the heels, near my heels, bend the knees, and then from here, it's gonna, and then take it back and up. So if this, you can do it like this with your knees on the floor. You don't even need to do the downward dog, but you could take it back and lift. So whichever one, you lift the heels, bend the knees, and then just take it forward, and then back. And we'll just do that maybe 2 more times. Whichever way you're doing this movement is A-okay and great. Okay. All right, I think I said, there we go. Okay. I'm going to take it into plank. Press the hands down, belly in, ribs in. One more breath. Good. And then we'll lower the knees to the floor. Keep your toes tucked under. Shift back for this modified child's pose. And I'm just going to keep my head lifted. Almost the heart is lifting too. Then I soften the jaw. You soften your jaw. Soften your feet. One more breath. Okay. Good. And then coming up to your hands and knees, let's step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. We did this last class. I'm going to turn the right hand out a little bit. Left hand to the left thigh, and we're going to twist. So as I do this, I'm going to sink the hips. I'm going to lift the back knee. You can stay with the knee bent. And then reach up. As I reach up, I'm going to reach that right thigh up. Press the right hand to the floor. Reach with your left arm. And now take the left arm like you're winging back. You just want to find more twist. Reach. Breathe. Good. Okay, to come out of this, I'm going to take the left hand to my hip, right knee to the floor. Oh, I think this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to bend that leg back and I'm coming to sit. How did that happen? Like this. Yes, however that happened, whatever this is. Hands down. Okay, you could bring the feet in. You could just be one, over the other. Lift yourself up. I'm going to flex the feet. I'm going to breathe. Okay, now I'm just taking my awareness to my left hip. I'm going to drop that down. If you need a blanket, you sit on one. Okay, then I put the right hand where it is. Take the left hand, find your left heel. Oh, now as you do this, the right leg might need to come out. So be very generous, right, with whatever you need. The leg can stay bent, whatever's happening, whatever's good. Let's do some of this. And then we're going to switch hands. I'm just rocking a nice open hips. We already did this hip work. Good. And then you're going to open it first. We're going to switch hands. Now it comes across. And so it's not really that same wobbling. This is more about the leg. I take it out and then turn. Here's the twist. Through the belly. You know what's nice? You take your left hand and just draw it across your belly like you're twisting. So you can lift your heart, flex your left foot. One more breath. Okay, now I'm going to just release my hands. I'm coming all the way to pigeon. So hands come down, you find the floor, adjust. And we've already done pigeon. Several different ways. So here you are. I'm going to stay on the hands for a moment. I like to do this little rocking thing, just kind of get everything ready. Okay, and then when you feel you're in it, you can walk your hands forward. You can be on your forearms. You can lower all the way down to your head. Okay, adjust the right foot. It's going to help with the knee. The knee can be in more to center, if your hips are tighter or out. Maybe the foot is better pointed or maybe it's better flexed. So just be with wherever you are and then really drop that jaw so we can soften through the hip, whatever you're feeling. Oh, Got to keep an eye on the time. Okay. Then from here, I'm going to reach back. I'm going to grab that left foot with my right hand. If that works, I take the left forearm down. So you can bring yourself back up. Left forearm down. Start to bend the right leg. You might just be here. You might reach, not even get there. You might be able to grab, baby toe edge, big toe edge. And I'm just going to push the foot into the hand. And just to get a little bit of quad stretch. And then maybe there's a twist. So I can open that right shoulder more to the left. And look up. Take one more breath here, wherever you are. Maybe the head comes back a bit. Good. And then we'll release. And we're going to come to downward facing dog to come out. You could go hands and knees if you just need a moment. Or sit back. Okay, so we're going to do second side. All of that. I have to help a girl out. Okay, I'm going to lift the heels, bend the knees. I'm just going to do this back 3 times. Just to kind of get the legs, arms. Good. Okay. And then we'll come back into maybe downward dog or knees on the floor. And we'll step the right foot to the outside. Oh, I did start with the knees on the floor. So I'll just put that left knee down. Kind of find your place here. And then we're going to go to the twist in the lunge. So the left hand turns out. Right hand on top of your right thigh. Find your twist. If you want to lift the left leg up, go for it. And then I lift the left thigh as I reach this left arm up. Okay. So feel the right foot is anchored. And then we'll start to lean back as if you're reaching for something. Find your twist. Don't let the left thigh drop. Keep it lifted. One more breath. Good. Okay, I'm going to come down into that sit. So I lower the knee, just find it. Oh, what's going to happen? Nothing. We're just going to end up sitting with the right thigh on top. Make it your own. Feet in, feet out, or just a cross-legged here. All right, and then just be with this for a few moments. So you feel your sit bones, you feel your heart, feel the crown of the head. Let's do this. Take your tongue and just run it along the roof of your mouth till you hit the soft palate. And press up. And just see what happens. Yeah, and then you can let that go. Okay, so we're going to grab that foot. So the left hand stays down. Right hand comes over. And I take it wherever it's going to go. Maybe the hand stays on the floor. And we're going to do this to start. This is just really the hip moving. Oh, I just got a back crack. I love that. The chiropractic adjustment. Okay. And then we'll do one more and bring it back to your open. Okay, now we're going to switch sides. So anchoring, do what you need to do. We switch hands. So the right hand can come to the floor. It can reach out. Push into your hand. Extend that right arm. Turn. Okay, here I took the hand and went across the belly. And sometimes that's just nice, like, oh yeah, this stuff needs to turn. Let's open our digestion passages. Good. One more breath. Good. All right. What do we do from here? I forget. Did we just come back? I think we just came back. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, pigeon. Yes. Do. That's right. I held the leg. Da-da! Takes a village. And tuck it under. Okay, now you find your pigeon. If you need a blanket or a prop, you find it. And once you're on your hands and in it, we'll just start with this rocking side to side. Looks so good. All right, and then I'll settle in. Pigeon. I tuck the toes under. I'm really pressing back. I push back. And then you can keep the toes tucked under the right foot or top of the foot is down. But it's anchored. It's not going to sleep. Then the hands can come down or you can lower all the way down. We'll just take a few moments to feel into this side. It's always interesting to notice too. You can tell with pigeon which side is tighter, which side is a little freer. Be in the shape of your pose. Maybe bring your mantra in. Good. Okay, so you're gonna grab that back leg, so you can come back on your forearms if you're down. Take the right forearm to the floor, bend the right leg, and that might just be enough. You're just looking for quad. So as I grab the foot, oh, hello, quadricep. And then if you want more, you push the foot into the hand. And then I find the twist here. I'm gonna open. Might even look up. I'm using the right hand on the floor. Just pull the floor more over to the right side. So deep, I'm right here. Good, and then we'll release. Okay, I'm gonna come back to downward facing dog. Just to come out and, we're getting Shavasana time. But let's just do this, friends. Let's just lift your right leg up. Give it a little shaky, shaky, shaky. Yeah, and then we can bend the knee, just open the hip. We've done so much hip stuff. You can't see my foot, but I'm just pressing. I'm gonna look at my left thigh, push it back. And then we'll just switch legs. I'll just lower that leg down, send the left leg up, give it a little shaky, shaky, shaky. And then bend the knee, open your hip. But you're pressing the right thigh back, heels of the hands, working, left foot working. Nice. Okay, then we'll come down for child's pose, or if you want to sit for a few moments just to start to bring everything back. Beautiful breathing. Feel your heart space open, your blood pumping, vibrancy, frequency of your energetic body. Good. Okay, so we're going to move into Shavasana. I was going to say, this is a nice time if you don't have to do a handstand or headstand. But if you do that, or if you want to just take, you're fully warmed up, or just slip into Shavasana, I'm just going to take a pinch of Mariasana, because Lindsay and I were talking yesterday, and I'm like, okay, so I'm just going to do this. So I take the hands, like we do. I'm right against the wall. I'm going to bring the elbows in. You don't have to do this. You could just watch. I move the shoulders back, come up. I'm going to lift my head. I'll walk in, give a little jump, come up. Then as soon as you come up, the head looks forward. Now it's about lifting the tail. And then I lift my head again. See if I can start to, the more I lift my head, the more I can take the feet away from the wall. Okay, that's it. Yes, beauty. You don't ever need to do that in your whole life. But if you do, it's empowering. And it just shifts your perspective. All right. Thank you. Thank you. So fun. Yeah, thank you. All right, let's rest into all that great goodness. So I'm just going to use a blanket. We're going to need an eye pillow because it's not sunny today. And good. So as you come down, guys, if your heart is still beating, maybe you take one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly, and just bring your mantra back in, or maybe a different one. I am vibrant. I am radiant. I am joy. I am connected. I am grounded. I am powerful. Good. When you're ready, you can bring your arms back out to Shavasana position. Softening into the support of the floor like we practiced in the opening of our class. To surrender completely is to offer yourself freedom from that which restricts you. To surrender completely is to open to freedom. Shavasana. Releasing yourself more deeply. Surrendering more deeply. And choosing to stay here for as long as you can. We're just beginning to gently journey out. Taking your time. Just a reminder, a real proper deep shavasana takes 20 minutes. So if you have the time now to do that, great. And you could also do it later on today. So just taking your time, and if you are coming up to sitting, or whenever you come up to sitting, just take the time to feel the shift of energy, the shift of how, and maybe even who you are right now. The revealing, the uncovering of your more authentic self. Connecting to the energy from the soles of the feet to the crown of your head. The horizontal and the linear aspects of this body, of nature. Whenever you're ready, friends, joining your palms together in front of your heart. We'll inhale to lengthen and exhale to bow down, to just honor. And if you'd like to repeat your mantra to yourself, this is a nice place to do it. And on your next inhale, press the sit bones down, lengthen right up through the crown of the head. Exhale here. Seal this practice with one Om. Inhale. And take a full breath in. Breathe it into your hands. Catch this breath. Lift your chin and open your eyes and offer this to yourself. And we'll offer it to each other and even beyond where it's needed. And then you take it back. Okay. Happy Friday, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for being here and sharing this practice with me. So much love from my heart, Love you guys. See you next class. Take care, everybody.